Hello, my name is Brodrick Norman. I run the GTA group, and we have two companies specifically. One is LandKey, Texas. We buy, subdivide, and sell semi-rural land. The other is Black Knight Cattle Company, and we raise purebred Limousin and Angus, as well as run an embryo transplant and a custom grazing program. Currently, we have 2 employees in the Black Knight Cattle Company and 6 employees in LandKey, Texas. Growing a company is very challenging, and there's a lot of issues that popped up that I found myself, quite frankly, not really capable of dealing with and not having the time to deal with. Everything from hiring really good employees to figuring out how to deal with them to managing them, or also just having someone to bounce ideas off of from time to time. I think one of the biggest assets of having TC as part of the team is just having a team. I think the things that really make myself and a lot of good entrepreneurs really good is having different individuals who specialize in a core competency. And I think that TC services, their core competency is just managing people, which is the most valuable asset in our business. And hiring that entity or hiring this team, I have someone to really focus on helping me develop my team and train my team and give us good HR services and benefits and all the things we need to grow. I think when you think about things that TC Services helped us with, there's the normal bread and butter things that we deal with every day. So that's acquiring employees, training employees, giving good feedback at quarterly meetings, and helping go through different transitionary points in our company. But I really think some of the benefits are helping us go from 1099 employees and advising us on the benefits and strengths of that to full-time employees to doing something that we really take a lot of joy off of, which is having full-time benefits. That gives us a lot of value, and it really makes me feel good to know that all my employees have all their needs being met so that if anything happens or they get sick, that they'll be taken care of. As we look at different health plans or we look at different hiring plans or how we're going to grow our team, Shanna steps in, or TC Services, because we have another individual to work with now, really takes the lead on some of that. And so they'll help with job descriptions or benefits descriptions or interpreting benefits or launching our IRA plan or getting feedback from individuals that we've worked with that we'd like to hire, or really negotiating and navigating challenging employee issues. So that's some of the values that we've received. So recently we had a challenging employee, and it was really challenging because I had a previous relationship with this employee as a friend. And it was good to have someone hear things that maybe I didn't hear. And as we went through a normal weekly meeting, Shanna and her team were able to sit in that meeting and validate, as well as give another type of view on some of the things I had heard and be able to navigate some challenging waters as we decided how to move forward with this employee. And so eventually we decided to terminate the employee, and I was able to let Shanna and her team take care of that conversation, because even before we got to that point, I'd had a lot of conversation on what was going on and how we could rectify the situation to a possible positive outcome. Unfortunately, it's not the way it went, but we were really prepared to take some action necessary when the time came to terminate. I think the biggest surprise that I had when I worked with Shanna is the amount of almost coaching and personal investment that she has in our team. I think it helps a lot to have someone that's integrated in our team and they understand the different personalities and some of the challenges, but also having someone that's a good sounding board for different issues that I have in my company. Her voice is different than mine, and so as we integrate them into our quarterly meetings or our coaching sessions, one of the benefits is as we integrate in our coaching sessions, now we have what we want to do, and then we have an action plan to get it done, as well as accountability to make sure it gets done. That was a total surprise and shock of the way her company is able to integrate with our company and also help with our coaching plan. I think referrals are challenging, right? Because I think you have to, as a business owner, the first step of getting referral to TC Services, being ready to take that next step in growing your business. I think as we first come out of the gate, we're not ready, but when we get to the point where we start realizing the effects of human capital, or effects of turnover, the effects of being able to give individuals really good feedback, or walking through quarterly reviews, or walking through bonus reviews, that level of conversation is very challenging for me to have, because a lot of things that make me great make it challenging for me to deal with employees. Right? A lot of entrepreneurs are quick-witted, they're fast on their feet, they make quick decisions. When we deal with employees, sometimes it takes a softer approach. Sometimes it takes an ear to hear things that we may not have heard before. And having someone that can hear those things and interpret them in a way that our employees can receive is something that's very valuable. Now, when you look at business owners, I think that's something that everybody needs. And the successful businesses as they grow have to have it. If you're looking at a CEO of a $10 million revenue or $15 or $20 revenue company, that position has to be there to do well and sustain themselves in this environment. A lot of times it's easy to hire people that resemble us, and I don't necessarily need someone like me in every position. So if you talk about some of the benefits or the deficiencies of our HR department, there's a lot of things I don't understand about HR. Like, I don't understand benefits. We just kind of get a package and we decide. A lot of times I need someone to bounce ideas off of to save me from myself. And I think that's something that TC Consulting does really well. Because if I make every decision based on how I feel in the moment, that's probably not the best move for my company. If you ask me how things happened before, some of them were promises unmet. Promises of plans, of changes, of bonuses, of things that really, I think, leave employees frustrated, maybe disenfranchised because they think that things just aren't moving forward. Keep an idea on the sales revenues goals are easy, but remembering that we have to take care of Bob and Sally and Susie, and not just that individual with their kids and everything else that they need, or have a standardized hourly work plan or compensation plan or vacation plan. Those are just things that aren't at the top of my mind. So if you talk about human resources and what that means to me now, I think there's a lot. I think it means taking care of the employees who take care of me. So as an entrepreneur, each employee comes to work ready to do their best, and that allows me to live the life that I want to lead. And I feel like I owe it to my employees to have someone like TC Services who's at the top of their game to keep us at the top of our game and make sure that our employees are taken care of. So HR services to me means taking care of our